Yo, so check this out. We got some things happening. So obviously, when I can't show my face, it means I'm on a different laptop. This laptop has VS Code. I would love to use GitHub Code Spaces more often. However, their copy and paste is awful. It is awful, and so it is much easier to just run it in this and run it on this laptop, which I need a new one so that it can run VS Code a little better. And I can't use Claude Code on here, even though it is set up on this laptop, because the laptop's so old. It actually even struggles to do videos, to be honest. Okay, so we got here. We got this piece. If you didn't, here, let me show you. So I basically created this landing page just because I'm going to start sending out like personal invites and going to the other landing page where people would go to just like learn more about, like, to kind of sign up. It's like a mysterious like little thing. So I wanted to do something that I can send people directly. And so in there I recorded a little video that's an overview of the product on there. I really love the branding. And so I need to do the copy again because ChatGPT wrote this copy. I worked with it a lot on doing it, but it's saying things that I'm going back and I'm like, I don't want it to say AI voice assistants. It's like, I understand that it's popular right now, but if I'm not trying to raise funding, I don't need to tell anyone that it's AI. They'll know it because they'll use it and they'll be like, holy crap, there's no way that this just naturally works. And the reason this is running slow on the animations is because, again, I'm on this slow computer. But also, what's crazy is that this looks way better on mobile than it does uh, on on desktop. So if you click this button here, over here, it'll actually, if you're on mobile, it'll like call the sales double. So like so this application, I'm dog fooding the heck out of this. Um, and so the reason that we're talking right now is that I'm gonna make it so that this button, to start with a one double button, and this button, if you click that, it will open up a modal that allows people to essentially submit their information. And then I'm going to create a new table in Supabase that then actually triggers an onboarding double. So, in a sense, in this landing page, someone can experience the power of multiple doubles right here. And then, of course, this button, like I said, will have the product overview. So, we're essentially demoing the product as our sales and onboarding flow, which I think should be really interesting. And again, we're dog fooding it a bit to help ourselves. Like, I created this to sell Reference One. If you don't know what that is, go into the playlist. You'll see the product that I worked on called Reference One. That's tabled until we finish Double Me because I want Double Me to do sales for Reference One. And then after that, I kind of like spiraled into, oh, well, it can do sales for anything I can think of. So now I've been building all these other projects that Double Me will actually do the sales for. And so that is going to be really interesting. We're going to start that hopefully in the next couple of weeks here. But right now, I'm building this out because I sold Double Me. Not the company. I sold it to our first customer, which is going to be a VC fund, and they're going to use us to do their due diligence. So they'll basically have the founders call or schedule with their double, and work through the diligence process that way, which I think is going to be pretty cool. That's kind of how I envision it. I thought it'd be great for VCs and journalists who get a lot of pitches. Anyone that gets unsolicited pitches is probably great for Double Me. Anyone that wants to do founder-led sales but doesn't have the capacity to actually hop on the phone with everyone, like, that's also a great place if you can get people to schedule with you, or you can schedule with them. You just say, hey, like, you free for a 5-minute chat? I'm doing a research project on reference checking or whatever for Reference One, and then have a conversation with them, but they're talking with a double. So anyways, that's a lot of exposition. Let's go ahead and start building this out. So I think the first thing I need to do is to have a new migrations file. Again, my computer does not like when I'm recording. In fact, Okay, on the computer it's saying that 5 minutes right now is a 621 megabit file. That's way too large. Usually it doesn't get up to like 800 megabits until, yeah, like much later. So it must be because there's a lot of resolution happening on screen. Because this thing over here is crazy with all its animations. Okay, so can I create a new table in the Supabase database called prospects? In there the fields should be to in there the field should be probably first name, last name. Oh no, got distracted. First name, last name. Oh man, first name, last name, email, phone number. Okay, I'll do that in the form. So we're gonna do that. That's gonna create a migration file. Fortunately, I don't think I need to refactor it quite yet. I used Unravel because I'm gonna need to put in the backend so that it can call the code. But I need the front end to be like this. And so actually, I think I need the front end with now this table. Oh no, I think I did that prematurely. Okay, so I need to change this. So actually, the prospects table will not be user facing. So make it so that only the Supabase admin has access to change or so it should not be able to be accessed or viewed in the application. It is just Supabase records. Okay, I gotta pause this because, like I said, this thing's going crazy. It's 8 minutes and it's already at almost a gig. Now we want to make sure that a modal appears when someone clicks the start either of the two start with one double buttons on the landing page. That modal should ask the person clicking the button their first name, last name, and the first name, last name, and email and phone number. At the bottom of the modal should be a button that says, oh, I think I already did this in the double me thing. Now I think about it. Double me, what was it called? Gen prompt. Oh, user stories. Wow, I must have not accessed that document in a while. Projects to build with Bolt. All right, so show me. I think I already created this this prompt that I'm about to give it, so I want to make sure that it is it says what I really want it to say, because I had already thought this through a bit. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. See, I knew I'd already thought this through a little bit. Okay. Okay, right here. First name, last name, email, and phone number. Okay, at the bottom of the modal should be a button that says Start Onboarding. These are required fields to be able to onboard. If they haven't filled out each field, then the button that says Start Onboarding will be grayed out and inactive. When a valid phone number has been entered, then an animation happens where the start number is. Okay. Above the button, there should be a small message. Only click this button if you're ready to onboard right now. We'll have our onboarding double call you to start your phone number to start your onboarding in a few minutes. When someone clicks the start onboarding button, here, let's save that. I know what logic I'm going for that. Let's allow it. Let's see if it can do all this stuff. That's a lot of information. Just give it. Okay, let's go ahead and mark this one. And then start here. When someone clicks the onboarding button, their information is added to the prospects table in Supabase. And then from there, on the back end, we'll say, this is a really crazy onboarding flow. Let's just add onboarding sales flow. Let's just say onboarding sales flow V1. Okay. Someone clicks to start onboarding for their information. Oh, okay, I got you. Flow front end, onboarding flow back end. So I'm not a product manager. I just started doing it this way just because of this simple fact. Eventually, someone might come and help me at some point, and at that point, they will need to know kind of my thought process and how I do things, so that we can kind of build products together. And I want there to be able, so when I click this button, I can see a very detailed way of a flow, so that we can know exactly how our product's going to get built. So you see? So all this is kind of like it's kind of structured in a very specific way. I want to build a product that allows you to do this automatically. So it just creates, ooh, that's a great idea. For vibe prompting, I guess I should say, or something like that. And so we're not quite there yet, but we're kind of on our way. Okay, let's see what happens. I want to click this button. Again, it's so slow. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, computer. Oh, it's not done yet. Ooh, don't make the cardinal mistake. I was so tempted to be like, why is this not done? But in my last video, at the end, you probably saw I messed something up real bad. Because I did something before it was ready to start, and it hurt my heart to make a rookie mistake like that again. Um, oh wow, okay, it's trying to oh, look at this, it's trying to be in its bag. Clean, modern design with smooth innovations, beautiful state transitions for valid or invalid inputs, loading states during submission. Okay, you trying to do some cooking a little bit, okay? But you messed up the syntax. See again, you're not you're not the smartest tool in the shed every time. Okay, anyways, okay. So when someone starts added to the table at the super base, um, the information is added to the table. So I want our application to use a onboarding sales double. All right, let's go ahead and create the onboarding sales double. Um, I'm kind of doing a lot of this because eventually, as double me like the IP, it's it's out there, right? I'm not doing anything crazy, but eventually we will probably not show you how I'm gonna do every single one of these. So let's change this. So double me onboarding blank template. I think I got this. Double me onboarding. I do my own thing with these. It's just the way that I learn. It's always better that way, for me at least. Nah. I'm going to use my voice. My friend. No, where's my voice? Why are you telling me to search for a voice? Where's my voice? Oh, good night. Freaking me out. Freaking me out. All right, let's go ahead and save that. It's gonna have my voice. Um, no, we grooving right now. Okay. Dynamic variables. We'll do this in a little bit. I have an idea for that. Oh, you need to create a document. Okay. Let's do this. Knowledge. Oh, sorry. Onboarding double. All right. So we're about to do. Oh shoot. We need to actually do two of these. Sorry. Onboarding because when you export these, they export as PDFs, and it exports just the tab. Onboarding double knowledge. Please. So here, no, gross. So here, first message. Let's actually do system prompt above it. system prompt. So I'm not going to show you all this stuff. I'm just showing you how I'm making it to a degree. And then I went over here and I see right here that a double me onboarding cues. So I worked with ChatGPT because again, like if you've worked with it for this long, this many conversations, see all these conversations that I worked with it, it knows my code base, it knows how I'm thinking about it, it knows my landing page, it knows everything. So when I say, hey, can you write me questions? Looks like this. So these answers are not great. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to ask it to, can you rewrite these answers to give them more, to give the customer, person asking this question is seeking understanding and how double me can help improve their lives. The answers you gave are superficial, gave while accurate, are superficial and would not be how someone would respond in a normal conversation to these questions. Oh no, I used O3 Mini? I meant O4. Oh my gosh. Or O3. No. Also, most of these are wrongs. Can you remember past calls of people talking? Okay. Okay. You're. Oh my goodness. Some of these answers are just wrong. Okay, so I'm having to eat my words. Let's call this a starting point. Now O3. Good night. Okay. Many of these answers do not coincide with what we've talked about in this project. Double me. You have context for what we are trying to build, why, and how people would get value out of it. You also know what product features we have and which we don't. Please don't say things that are not true. You mentioned things like a calendar integration. Let's be strong, which we do not have. Would rather you say don't know than to guess or give the user false or represented information. I butchered misrepresented. And this is kind of how you start training your thing. And then honestly, hopefully this will make sense because I'm trying to use a better model. O3 Mini is not as deep of a thinker. So I didn't want to do that. So hopefully that'll work. And then hopefully this works. Dang, my computer is dying right now. When I click on the start with one double, it still shows the sign in modal. All right, what's the name of this modal that you built? Not the onboarding modal. Okay, so this is how I build. I'm not gonna lie, I build going back and forth. Much better, much better, much better already. Okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take these answers right here. Come on. And I'm gonna put them right here. And I'm gonna format this later. I'm just trying to get to where I'm trying to go. And then I might ask, can you think of 40 more questions and answers that someone might ask? So if we train it with 100 questions, this is my guess, okay? Because right now we're in a situation where we are, where we're not sure who we're going to pitch this to, but we have a pretty idea of who it might resonate with, but we're not sure yet. And so in this process, we're going to be hand sending out like information, and can you give deeper and richer answers for those 40 questions that you just added? Okay, so right there I'm just testing it. A lot of the times when I'm working with AI, I'm usually going back and forth testing it, pushing it, trying to see what it can do, because I didn't even know that it would add the other 40 questions to the top of these. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that they were formatted this way. I didn't know a lot of things, and so I'm really just trying to test it to see to see what can be done. And then in the future, I'm sure it's going to come out eventually that they're going to look for something called, like, users are going to probably want something like workflows, where they can do like an automated cold call campaign. We're not there yet, and I don't think that's what Double Me is for, but I do think that we can use Double Me's Rails, because now that we have the Rails built out and it works, we can actually copy our code base and then build other applications for this. Like, now I'm thinking like, okay, can we look at the Resi API developers? Can we go to Resi and build on top of their API, where we can kind of do reservations? Like, what else can we do? Because essentially, like, we built the IP, the core code base of this. And so it's like, how can we? Does Resi not have? Anyways, so there's a core code base for it. So that's kind of it. Okay, let's see if you got me. Love that. Cool. So that's done. Now we'll just go on the back end. I'll build this off screen. We'll go on the back end and we'll build from there.